There's a new trailer out for Pixar's Coco, which is a celebration of the Day of the Dead and Mexican culture, but some people have a problem with it. Can you spot the problem?
Never underestimate the power of music. No one was going to hand me my future. It was up to me to reach for my dream, grab it tight, and make it come true.
All right, who's in there?
I'm sorry. What's going on? I'm just dreaming. Dante, wait up! Dante! Dante!
It does focus on Dia de los Muertos, much like another animated film from Pixar's greatest competitor, DreamWorks. And it seems like something people are having a big problem with online, more than a passing resemblance to the Book of Life, which was made by Mexican animator Jorge R. Gutierrez, and he also directed it as well. And this is where a lot of backlash is coming in, because people feel that it is essentially the same movie being repeated again. It involves, well, they do both involve someone somehow going to the land of the dead on Dia de los Muertos, and going on a magical adventure involving music and Mexican-inspired art direction. It's hard for me to comment on this because it is not my culture and it's not something I have a complete grasp of. But what people are saying seem to have a problem with is, on one hand, copying another movie, on another hand, misappropriating Mexican culture. Though it's blurred kind of in there as well. While the Book of Life did have a strong group of Mexican producers on staff, Coco does not. However, there is a group of Mexican creative consultants who are primarily consisting of people who lambasted the film back before it was announced, which is interesting, to hire your biggest critics to work on the film and make sure that the cultural connections are right and not making some kind of a appropriated mess in there. It's interesting back and forth. I mean, while Coco has an entirely Latino cast, you may remember that Channing Tatum starred in The Book of Life. And I mean, if we're gonna go with appropriating, that seems like that's more edging toward it. That seems more like, I mean, even if it's just a voice, you're casting a white actor in a Mexican role. There are other interesting details about this. Allegedly, Coco was pitched right after Toy Story 3 was released in theaters in 2010, and news started to come out about it in 2012. First reports of the Book of Life entering production hit later in 2012. So it could be kind of, we've seen a lot in animation history where similar looking films are released around the same time. Again, like with Pixar releasing A Bug's Life, and then also we saw Ants starring Woody Allen coming out. These are similarly themed films, so if you watch them, they're very different. And I will say that The Book of Life was a love story, while Coco seems to be about a kid following his hero and following his dreams of pursuing music, which are being squashed by his family. However, I mean, the similarities are there. They do revolve around the same holiday and have a very similar concept of visiting a world of people who have died and looking at the culture from that perspective. It's hard to say. I personally from this, I would be mad if I thought my culture was being appropriated, so I 100% understand if that's how people feel about this. I like seeing more films about cultures that aren't normally represented in cinema or animation. I mean, that's kind of a brave move. Usually we see things only about American culture. So whenever I see more of these come out, I think that's great, especially if they're representing right. Is it representing right though? That is a question I leave to you. Please let me know below in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more.